video
Okay,
on 2 cameras and
Okay.
my ex.
All right.
So, do you want to know what happened?
Yeah, if you could tell me, sure.
Okay, so Saturday morning, I was in my kitchen cooking. I turned towards the sink, like, about to do a dish or something. Fill a pot, literally, is what I was doing. And instead, water came shooting out of here like full speed.
Wow.
It started flooding my kitchen. And then I went under here. If you look under there.
Okay.
Here, don't bump your head.
All right.
Okay, so I go and try to turn those off, and they had those painted to the open position, and water's just gushing and gushing.
Okay.
So then I leave out of here, right? Run to try to find if one of my neighbors has a wrench so they can do that, right? Because no water's coming out of here, and my faucets aren't on, right?
Yep.
So I was like, what is going on? And it was just, So one of my neighbor's door was open, and so I go to him and I say, do you have a wrench? My kitchen's flooding. And inside his apartment was a workman.
Okay.
A workman with the whole toilet bowl, the whole toilet off of the foundation, so it's just the sewage hole.
Okay, yeah.
And he was like shoving like a giant 2-inch diameter snake.
A cable snake. Okay.
Yeah. So he had a snake going down. Then he had some poles that he was sticking down there.
Okay.
And then he had a hook he was sticking down there, right? And so I'm like, my kitchen's flooding, please come help me. So he came over. Well, first he said, wait a minute, because it took him a bit to figure out what I was saying. And then what happened next was he comes over here, he gets them off, right? So within about 8 to 10 minutes of it flooding, he gets those turned off. It lessens the flow, but it's still
leaking.
It's leaking from below my shutoff. It's not my pipes.
Yeah.
And so it went here, here, and here. See that?
Yes.
And so that was filling up this container every 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I couldn't keep up with it. So what I had to do was the guy had left to turn off the main. And I put like 6 towels down, like, run and get my beautiful towels, put them on the ground. And I'm trying to contain the water. He comes back and he's like, I turned off the main. It reduced inflow and then it stopped. While he's doing that, some other neighbors started screaming, their apartment is leaking. So 5 apartments are leaking, right? And then he says that he got a call from La Sophie. Are you thirsty? Would you like something to drink?
Oh, that's okay. I just had some water.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
They called and told him to turn the main back on. So that he left the apartments flooding for 3 days.
Wow.
So for 75 hours, every 15 to 30 minutes, I had to put cardboard. I don't have cardboard. I had to walk the streets, find cardboard and newspaper, and put it on the floor. And I videotaped all of it. I spent 24 years being a broadcaster. I'm a member at press in 3 countries. And so I just was just like, and I wasn't like narrating. I basically was just like, first it was like 7 o'clock, then it was 9 o'clock. When it was 2 in the morning and I'm walking around the streets looking for it, and that happened for 3 days straight. And no matter what, they wouldn't turn off the main. So as I'm leaving the building to go get more supplies and take more bags of the sopped, right? I realized the buildings, I called it raining. It literally was pouring in 19 places in this building.
Wow.
All at the same time for the 3 days that they refused to turn the main back off. So the crisis was averted within like 8 to about 10, 20 minutes, right?
Okay.
But then they turned it back on knowing it was flooding us. And then they let it flood us. And they refused to turn it back off and just let it flood. So I did that for 75 hours on video. And then as I would walk, downstairs was flooding in the lobby. Giant puddle. Walls raining like a water feature. You know, like you go to like an office or a fancy hotel and they have like that water wall. It was doing that. And then it was when you face the door, and I'll take you down and show you. When you face the door, it was raining in all those parts, but that's not even in alignment with this apartment. Or the other one.
Interesting,
And then it was going down so much for those 3 days. Even though we called different places to try to get it to stop because 5 people, apartments had that issue. All at the same time. So one lady, she just leaves. She literally knows that it's doing her whole apartment, and she just goes and leaves it. I stay like it's a national disaster, and I'm just like, try to keep it contained, But because these are not installed correctly, the water was going under and onto there. And the water was coming out over here for the same reason here. So no matter what I put, it couldn't block the flow because it was averting and going around. So 3 things happened. The front porch on the opposite side had a whole different leak on 2 parts. And so it started raining over all the varnish on the entryway. And it rained, well, I shouldn't say rain, purposely flooded there for so long that the varnish started rinsing out and going into the street. And then it continued to do so Saturday morning, Sunday. So it started Saturday morning, Sunday, Monday, till Monday afternoon when the building inspector came that I called, right? And he told them to turn off the main. They tried to avoid that and pretend like they didn't know where the shut off was. And literally even took it into like little storage closets that, there's nothing but like a little storage closet. And then he was like, turn it off. The whole time it's flooding my apartment. The whole time it's still, right? So finally he had them turn it off. And then he cited them and told them that they cannot turn the main back on until a certified plumber, licensed plumber, comes and fixes it and nobody has the leaks, right? But within an hour, I, of course, just spent like 75 hours in the trenches, like surviving natural disaster, like I heard in Florida or something. And so I'm just like, I gotta go for a walk. I gotta let friends in other countries know, like, stuff is happening. So I go, walk by the water, and then I talk to one of my friends from out of town, and then I get a phone call. Well, actually, I got a phone call from the police. They called the police and pretended like I was home and my apartment was actively flooding. Now this is after the building inspector. It's already shut off. They're already told not to turn on the main because they want to turn the water back on. So they leave messages that say, even though the building inspector told them to turn it off, they're gonna turn it on because they want to. And that's what the message says. And because I was on, what did it take me, 3 buses together, right? So I'm on the bus, I can't even hear on the phone, or sometimes I only see it on the screen, right? So I get a call from an SFPD officer saying, we know you're in there, open the door. I was just like, wow, I've been a profiler like, I can't remember, 17 or 19 years. I don't say stuff I can't prove. So I'm there, yet I'm standing there. So I'm just like, stop lying to police officers, right? So I'm like, officer, I'm sorry to lie to you. He's like, why don't you just let them come in and do the work? Your water's on. There's an emergency. My water is not on.
Right.
We just finally got it turned off, and what she's saying is they want to have a painter, not a plumber, come in, and he already had come in 3 times since the building inspector left that same day. And so that moves to them saying that, oh, he turned it back on. Your spigots are on.
Okay.
Now, logically, it doesn't matter if the spigots are on because the main is off and the building inspector said don't turn them on.
Right.
But what they're insisting to the police officer is that the building inspector never told them to turn the main off. So why should 3 people here be without water when I've been without water since Saturday?
So there's no water for the whole apartment at all. Nothing. The main's completely off.
Yeah, as of yesterday afternoon, like maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we definitely want to get that turned on as soon as possible.
Yeah, who doesn't?
So for this, there's a good chance that your wall is gonna have to be open, and there's not. If it comes out, there's not much of a way around it. You'll have some form of construction happening in your kitchen, which I know it's inconvenient. It's a huge inconvenience, but to get it fixed, there might be no way around it. But I don't really know until I just got here. So there's. You said there's water spraying. Oh, I see what happened. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the nipple's completely corroded, and yeah, so just an open water line. That's not good. Okay, so it was spraying out of here, and okay, I got you. And then they shut it off underneath the sink, and that slowed the flow, but it didn't stop it completely.
No, not at all. This was almost 3 inches in some areas.
Wow, yeah.
And it was flooding, and nobody did what you just did.